There you go, friends. Hey, Doc South, with another, yes, yet another Chatterbox memory. I'm not kidding. I'll bet I've got at least, I'll bet I could easily come up with a good 100 of them. Maybe more. Maybe more. Well, I was there a long time, and I kept my eyes open. While Elvis was singing, through my sound system, I was watching the place and thinking, "Whoa, look at that! Ain't that cool?" Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, the um, the one today that I think I'd like to talk about. I was talking about how much earlier. I think my most recent video was about how much Don Hall loved his lawnmower, and he had like a world class lawnmower. This was the creme de la creme of lawnmowers, and he most every Saturday in the spring, summer, and fall, he'd be out there with that baby on Saturday morning, and honestly, you could see a big old grin on his face. I think it was um, a, a major source of pride and pleasure for him to be on that. He just loved it. I know I hammed up the spot a little, but that's all right. I'm not far off base. I can still see those big grins as he's going through his paces. Well, I remember there was a problem at the Chatterbox with me and my equipment. Now, most of you who have seen me DJ one place or another, you know I can't just bring one case of records. Yeah, it's funny because for a 4-hour gig, probably I'm probably only going to play about 60 to 75 records. Oh, and that would be what, maybe about 5 albums. and a stack of 40, and maybe a stack of 45s, you know, like about that high. Yeah. Not, well, here, let's make, yeah, on its side like that. It wouldn't be many. It wouldn't be many. And that would be all I need. But heavens no. I've got to get, I've got to fill the van to the point the tires are exploding with records. And of course, then you got the equipment and the speakers and the Now, luckily, that's what I would have to do if I was outside for like the cruise night. But inside the Chatterbox, which basically probably 8 months out of the year, I was inside. We could use the house system. We just plugged into that and played. And that worked fine. But still, you had two record players, two CD players, a mixing board, an amp maybe, and again about 10 cases, 12 cases of records. And then boxes of 45s and my notes and, oh, gosh. Well, and it'd be scattered all over the near where the waiters and waitresses would punch in their orders. Yeah. I was never in their way, I don't think. But they still, it was, yeah. Well, so sometimes I would leave my equipment if I knew I wasn't going to have a gig till the next weekend, again at the Chatterbox. I'd just leave it there. And that worked out. But it worked out to a point. You may remember how they had a car of the month or a car of the week on the podium in the middle of the Chatterbox, and it was a big honor to get your car put there. My van, by the way, was never there, although I don't blame anyone. That van was a fire hazard. But the thing is, they had to get the cars in and out. Well, guess what all my equipment blocked was the main door that you use to bring those, the old car out, the new car in. Yeah. We used to tell people that we actually got a crane and lowered it in. That cupola, that big round cupola on the top of the Chatterbox would unscrew. Right. And we just dropped the car in. Kids would believe that. Grown-ups, But the thing is, my stuff was always in the way when they did that. And I think people felt kind of funny moving my whole table. What if they dropped a record player on me? That kind of thing. I wouldn't have blamed anyone. It was my own darn fault for leaving it there. But still, they wanted to be careful. So what I again, this was kind of an issue. And Don, I don't know. One day, I guess I was DJing on a Saturday, maybe a Sunday, and Don's measuring my table, and he's looking, counting my boxes and of records and all that. I'm thinking, oh boy, he's going he's going to limit me to a certain amount or something. Doc, you can only bring in 4 cases of LPs. No more with this 10. No. Okay. But no, you know what? I mostly I let it go in one ear and out the other. I knew whatever it would be, Don would be fair. And so that week I had to leave my stuff again. Again, there was no point bringing it home, and I let it go at that. I had equipment for to use at home. I was okay, and I didn't think much of it. Well, the following Saturday, I come walking into the Chatterbox, and everybody's kind of like that. Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. And Don's grinning. He won't let me go into the showroom. It's like, Doc, wait. We got to get a camera. And all this. It was something big was happening, and I'm thinking, oh my God, someone must have. Something must have happened to my equipment. They're buttering me up. One of the girls said, "While you're waiting, Doc, here, have a coffee." I'm thinking, okay, this kind of thing, and they're all excited. The kids, the cooks, Chef Reyes, he's pacing back and forth, and Don with a big grin says, "Okay, now here, we're going to walk you in. Close your eyes. I won't let you trip over anything." I said, "Okay, I trust you," and they're dragging me in, and I open, and he turns me around a bit, and then like you do when you try to get someone confused, for hide and seek, that kind of thing. Well, they turn me around, they stop me, and he says, "Okay, Doc, open your eyes." And there was this where my equipment used to be. There was like a sheet. Okay. They say, "Now watch," and they yank the sheet off, and there's that control booth that you all came to know at the, it said, spinning the oldies, Doc South, and there's records and little music notes all over it and stuff. Oh my gosh. They actually made a rolling platform control booth for me. I looked at that, and I swear I almost started bawling. I don't know if they noticed, but I really was choked up. I'm looking at it. It's gorgeous. It's all painted. It's nice, and it's shiny. The sign is glistening like it's a car in a showroom. The platform actually raised me up about about another 9 inches higher. It had a table that held all my equipment. That's why they wanted me to leave. Well, that's why my leaving the equipment gave them a chance. They were able to measure just how much space my equipment took up, and it had it had everything I needed. There was a way where people couldn't necessarily touch my equipment when it was running. In other words, make the record bounce or something. There was like a little fence around the table part. And Doc South at the Chatterbox, and all, oh my God, was just written there. And you've all seen it. Yeah, anyone who was at the Chatterbox for any length of time saw this. And I just didn't know. I was so tickled. And like I said, I was up a little higher so I could see the crowd better. And nothing was going to make my records jolt. It would take an earthquake to make them bounce. And I had plenty of room for storing my records. Extra little pieces, wires and stuff could fit underneath the, it made it look so doggone 50s professional. like the DJs did back in the day. They really would hit a place like the Chatterbox with a big fanfare. I mean, I remember some guy I knew down in North Carolina actually had a mock-up made of an aircraft control tower, and he would play at a place like the Chatterbox back in the 50s and 60s from the control tower. He'd actually climb up a tower and overlook like he was directing air traffic. Yeah, yeah, and and this was of a similar nature, but it was indoors. Oh, and the thing is, Don said, now look, he says, look at this. It's all on wheels. He moved it a little. Look how easy it moves. Now, when we get a car in, all we got to do is all your stuff just comes, it just rolls right on that platform, and we put it back. All we got to do is unplug the main wire. What do you think? I said, Don, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And, sitting at that control booth, from then on, I felt a lot like Don must have felt when he was riding his lawnmower, doing the lawn. Like he attacked he found a way to make a chore or a job pleasant. And from then on, it just made the fun for me at the Chatterbox like 8,000% better. It was already at a very high level. Always happy to go there. But this really did it. Oh, God. I was offered that when the control booth, when they closed, but I have absolutely nowhere I could put it. It's sort of a shame. It's sad because it was, honestly, I would say it was one of the highlights of my life. Honestly, I mean, there's, having my kids born, meeting Sandy, getting married, all that stuff. Yeah, okay. But it's not far below all that. That control booth really did it for me. And, I was so tickled. Plus, I had a spot where I keep my coffee where I wouldn't knock it over. Yeah. I think coffee spills went to a bare minimum after that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, it was all right. Spare wires, spot there off my left foot, all the way in the back there, underneath the main playing table. Yeah, everything, it just was so cool. Naturally, I filled it with records. Yeah, I filled the whole darn thing. By the time I was done, there was about 18 cases of records and, I don't know, 4.5 tons of 45s. But yeah. And lots of memorabilia. Yes, yes. Oh, it was great. Anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and God bless. Well, again, I think I'm going to have about 100 of these memories of the Chatterbox for Don's site. Okay, his website. We'll see you later. Thank you. God bless.